The sequel to Alien made by James Cameron is 10 times better than the original. Now listen up, you click this video, you want to hear what I have to say. It sounds like blasphemy, but it's true. James Cameron took an amazingly terrifying slow burn horror sci-fi, then injected it with pure adrenaline, testosterone, and heroin to create a sequel better than the original. Now, the two of them go on different sides of the concept with horror versus action. But James Cameron put the alien xenomorphs on coke, threw in some explosions, and took us on a ride that has more rewatchability. Now, I'm not a James Cameron addict. The Avatar movies, story-wise, were okay, and Unobtainium is ridiculous. But damn it, this is one of the few movies that improved from a little Michael Bay sprinkling. This movie creates a fantastic balance of explosions, human emotion, and honors the first film. But there's one huge reason that it's better, and that reason is they added an S to the name. Now hold on. Everyone knows multiple equals better. That's why there are 7 Tremors movies. Imagine, not Godfather, but Godfathers. 2 Vito Corleones? What about Batman and Robin? Fuck that. Give me Batman and Batman. Or Batmans. Makes the movie twice as good. So, Alien versus Aliens? Well, proof is in the space pudding. Disclaimer, this was a satirical joke. I still think Alien 2 is better. The first Alien is a fantastic film and a masterclass in slow burn sci-fi horror. It's great, it's super atmospheric, the sound design makes you paranoid, and a set so good it could be its own video. It's fantastic. But you know what Aliens did? They took all of that, included the tension, and added new variables on top of it. Explosions, guns, and even more memorable moments. If you're in space, I expect you to have weaponry, so explosions just make sense. So what am I saying? I'm saying that Alien 1 is slow terror, while Alien 2 has fast action-packed moments and smaller scenes of slow terror. They took what worked and added something new to it, which is what a sequel should be. You should improve and add on to the previous film. You don't recreate it or do the same thing again. John Wick, for example, builds on itself. It improves every time while keeping the general formula. While Home Alone 2 is the same movie as the first, except it's in New York. By the way, I love Home Alone 2. It's not as good as the first, but what's not to love about Rob Schneider, right? Alien 2 literally increased the firepower, and while there is less horror in the sequel, it's still included in the film. Now, I just mentioned adding to a film, and Aliens does it great. They expanded on the first movie's themes, ideas, character development, and world building. In the first movie, Ripley was just trying to survive, and her character went through an arc. In the second movie, however, she evolved. Yes, she's trying to survive, but that's not the hardest struggle for her. It's trying to stay alive, save others, and battle her inner demons caused by the xenomorphs. While she has to save the people who are in danger like her, they also added a more human element, as Ripley becomes a sort of adoptive mother to Newt, giving the film an emotional core and anchor. But what's also anchoring everything is the practical effects. They're mostly all amazing, as long as you ignore the hand puppet, the milk blood, and some other things. But I promise the visual effects are better. When you have lots of big effects, only so many can be good, especially when it's from the 80s. But they're only better than Alien 1 because there was a 7-year gap between the films, and James Cameron had jobs doing special effects. So we're gonna ignore that, but while we're on the subject of what Alien 1 does better, it is sadly cinematography. It's hard for both of them to compete because they excel in different areas and have different focuses, but I will hand the point of better cinematography to Alien 1. Only because their compositions are more rich with information as a whole. But Alien's use of color really helped move along the modern sci-fi world, and it was one of the first few films to use colorized lighting to the degree and effectiveness that they did. Sadly, it's just not as good, but it is still amazing. Where else are you going to see dimly lit aliens hugging people's faces? There's more to a film than cinematography, otherwise this video would be over. The human element of Newt added to the film and elevates the story so much, and it also distracts from the moments like this. Yeah, I showed it to you again. That shit is nightmare fuel. Not because it's scary, but because it looks like a bunch of milk spewed out of him. Super weird. But the film's story is definitely better from having that added human aspect, and it helps to support the theme and character arc of Ripley becoming a hero. From Newt's existence, Ripley has to become the hero for the child that she had difficulty becoming for herself, and then she takes the xenomorph head on in the end. So yeah, Alien 2 is better than Alien. There are some things Alien does better, but Alien 2 is still way more enjoyable to watch. It is hard to compare the two fantastic movies because they did go in different directions of the concept, but I will stand on my opinion. And in the end, they both made a large, lasting impact in differing ways. And we don't talk about Alien 3, or as I like to call it, Aliens. Z.